Okay, so I'm going to try to teach you guys how I use Liquidtext. So Liquidtext, I'm pretty sure, is free. If not, it costs very little. Basically, it's a really useful way for me to annotate PDFs really quickly, and I can upload them back into my computer with the notes, or I can just keep them on my iPad. It's just a really useful way for me to just pull out excerpts really quickly from a PDF. So let's say I am reading about dams. So right now I was reading this article by what's his face, by Satyajit Singh. It's an economics and political weekly article from 1990. It's about large dams in India, and basically the most useful thing to do about this, like in any PDF tool, is you can annotate with highlights. So you can either make it straight or freehand. I like to make it the smallest highlight, and I'm just like highlighting through, so that's one of the things it's useful for. Next is you have this thing in Liquidtext called the workspace. So in the workspace, you can have grids, dots, loose leaf, whatever, but basically you get to click on this thing and you can pull out sections of the PDF right from your thing. So obviously you don't want to pull out random sections like that. You're pulling out useful sections, right? So for example, I pulled out this section right here, this first part of this document, which was right here, right? So that's why it's useful, is you get to pull out really big chunks of the text really quickly. You can highlight in different colors, and most importantly, you can quickly pull out the charts and stuff that are in these texts. And then I also like to pull out bibliographies and footnotes from a document, right? Now comes the fun part. Now I get to, read this document to my heart's content, save it in here as a Liquidtext project, or I get to export it as a PDF file. Or I can send it as a Liquidtext file. I can put it in the original format and read it on my Mac or on a PC. So Liquidtext, it's also a Mac or a PC app. I think it's most useful on iPad, but it also works on your Mac and PC. You can do the same things you're doing on an iPad on the Mac or a PC. So I can send it as a Liquidtext file, but I like to send it as a PDF file. I will include the workspace, right? I will include the PDF. And so in the workspace, I'll go like match pages to workspace background pattern. So all of the excerpts that I pulled in will be in that same position that I put it in. And I will include the PDF in there, and I click export PDF. So you can export the PDF any way you want. I like to do it via AirDrop, so I would AirDrop it out. Or you can upload it, to your iCloud drive, whatever. You can email it. I prefer just to AirDrop it back into my computer. I think for people who are using PCs, or if you are not using an iPad, it's probably useful just to upload it via a cloud drive. So what does it look like after you've uploaded it? So now we're going to go and look at an older file that I read, that I annotated. So there's this article, right? So it was this article that I read about isolationism, and I'm going to open it really quickly in Adobe Acrobat just so you can see it. It's not working. We will let it download. So basically, when you put it onto your PDF reader on your computer, you can actually click on these individual excerpts and it'll go to that page, right? So that's why it's useful. So it'll go exactly to the page where I pulled out the excerpt. Or you can look at a PDF early on, like just the first couple of pages of your notes, and be like, what did I gain from this document? Another thing that is useful in Liquidtext that I forgot to mention is obviously you can write. So this is about dams. So people can use this not just to read PDFs, but you can put in your Word documents, like your essays. You can put in your papers, articles. You can also pull from online. So if you're quickly reading something, for example, on the New York Times website or on Washington Post or whatever, you can pull it as a PDF and put it into Liquidtext as well. So you can basically be using this all day for all of your annotating needs, and then at the end of the day, you can just upload all the stuff that you read in a day into PDFs and put it back on your computer. Or you can keep it on here. So I like to keep a lot of the files that I know that I'm going to be rereading a lot and looking at a lot on the iPad, and whatever I don't use, I'll just put it back into my computer and keep it in my research notes. And that is Liquidtext.